The intermediate term regulatory mechanisms of blood pressure include capillary fluid shift mechanism and stress relaxation and reverse stress relaxation mechanism. Now these intermediate term regulatory mechanisms, the onset is seen in about a few minutes to few hours after change in mean arterial blood pressure, right. They last for about a few days to up to a month, right, after which the long term regulatory mechanisms they come into effect to their fullest effect, right. Now they primarily act, these two mechanisms, they primarily act by altering the blood volume. So by altering the blood volume, they bring about change in BP, right. So that is the mechanism how they primarily act to bring about changes in blood pressure. Now let us see one by one. So in capillary fluid shift mechanism, right, in capillary fluid shift mechanism, what happens? So whenever there is increase in blood pressure, right, there is increase in mean blood pressure, what happens? There is increase in hydrostatic pressure, right. So this we all know from the stalling forces, whenever there is increase in hydrostatic pressure, there is increase in filtration of fluid from the vascular compartment, into interstitium, right. So this would lead to decrease in blood volume. So whenever there is decrease in blood volume, what happens? There is decrease in venous return to the heart, right. So this decreases cardiac output, right. As a result, the blood pressure is brought back towards normalcy. So this is how rather the capillary fluid shift mechanism begin to act, right. The opposite happens whenever there is decrease in mean blood pressure, right. Coming to stress relaxation and reverse stress relaxation, here what happens whenever there is increase in mean blood pressure, right, there is increase in the stretch of smooth muscles present in vessel walls, right. So now basically what happens, actually stretch, it usually causes contraction of smooth muscles, so that should lead to vasoconstriction, right. But here because there is sustained stretch, okay, this stretch is for a prolonged duration of time, what happens here, the stretch brings about relaxation of smooth muscles, right, due to the property of smooth muscles called plasticity, okay. So due to this smooth muscle plasticity, there is relaxation of smooth muscles, so this would lead to vasodilatation, right. So this vasodilatation, it primarily occurs in blood storage organs, right, storage organs like liver, spleen, etc., right. So now because there is vasodilatation in these blood vessels in these organs, what happens, there is storage of blood in vessels, right. So this would lead to decrease in venous return to the heart. So this decreased venous return causes decrease in cardiac output, so this would lead to decrease in blood pressure, right. So this is what happens in stress relaxation, right. The reversal happens in a reverse stress relaxation, right. So whenever there is decrease in mean BP, now here instead of vasodilatation, what happens, there is tightening of blood vessels, okay, surrounding the column of blood. So now there is increase in venous return, and there would be increase in cardiac output, leading to increase in blood pressure towards normalcy, right?